All right, here we are, episode 3 of the Eyes Free BJJ podcast. Disclaimer warning, there may be offensive language or anything, so listener discretion advised. And quick sponsor, this is brought to you by Ideal Climate Solutions. If you're looking for an air conditioner, heat, cold, anywhere in the Sydney area, Google Ideal Climate Solutions and talk to Chris. And we're back. And today is even better because we have our first guest, proving that I have friends, or at least one. And we have the creator, editor, face, and brain behind the Sonny Brown Breakdown. How are you,
Thank
Sonny?
you.
The most
good,
Sonny
good.
Brown.
Thank you.
The most handsome man in Australian MMA.
Don't know about that, but yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Hi, Beck. I'm Michelle.
How's it going?
Good, good.
Hey, thanks for coming on our amateur podcast.
All good. Glad to be here.
Yeah. So, for the listeners, me and Sonny have been training together for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's been a while.
Oh yeah, yeah. And so let's run through a few of your credentials, Sonny. So you got your first degree just at the last grading, didn't you? At the end of the year, last year.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I say yeah because it seems like a long time ago now, but yeah, it's only last year.
Yeah. So that's first degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, same place as me, under Anthony Lange.
Yep.
Extensive MMA career. 30 odd gold medals from competition.
Mm-hmm.
What else? The wrestling, and I think you got a Taekwondo yellow belt as well, didn't you?
What was that last one? Sorry.
I think you got your yellow belt for Taekwondo.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Bit not as maybe like prestigious as the BJJ black belt, but
No, I did.
definitely
I
another
enjoyed
one.
it. I think
Yeah.
I don't know, a year or something. Just did it while I was at uni, and it was good fun.
Yeah.
And good.
Yeah, fantastic.
Learning some sidekicks.
Fantastic. So I want to talk. About the coaching, because I think you have quite a unique perspective when it comes to teaching, because you've also got your teaching degree as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you bring quite a good. So I've not only been training with you, but I've attended many of your classes, and you have excellent instruction, especially for someone who is in like my position, who can't necessarily see what you're doing. So I think your verbal skills are really good. And so where are you coaching mostly? Like obviously we're in lockdown still, so we can't train or do anything. But where are you coaching the majority of the time? Because I've been off as well. So you're still you're still down at Manly?
Yeah. So splitting my time between VT1 and Manly. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! And how are the classes going? So I haven't spoken to you much about what you're teaching at VT1, and like how much, and so what are you in charge of? What does Liam got you doing?
So doing jiu-jitsu, gi jiu-jitsu, and also wrestling, folk style wrestling with the Wrestling Foundation. So what I've been doing teens MMA classes there as well. So yeah, just a bit of a mix up there, and yeah, just been doing MMA down at Lang's Manly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it seems like, we've been off the mats, I guess. How long? 10 weeks? 8 weeks? Jeez, seems like a while trying to stretch my back.
think it is 10 now.
Scary. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Right.
Wow.
we'll fire up the memory.
Yeah. Hopefully things can start returning back to normal in October, but we'll believe it when we see it. And so what's your approach with the how do you, so none of us three can teach children successfully. Michelle beats them up and sits on them when she has to do it.
I still have
What did you do in the
nightmares.
last?
Children's classes.
I just don't
So-
teach them. They drive me nuts.
Oh. And how do you? What's your approach with the teens and like MMA? Because that's not something that I've ever had experience with either. So
Sure.
I think that would be.
So yeah, I guess that class is a bit different. And I think like I'm certainly no like expert kids coach or anything like that, because it seems like the different age groups require a different approach, definitely. And so teens is, you can structure it, I guess, a bit more like you would a regular adults class, but pretty much focusing on really making it an enjoyable experience, making sure they're spending the majority of the time actually doing physical activity. So they're getting a workout, they're enjoying it, they're coming back for more because they enjoy doing the actual class. So, and then I'd kind of actually say those are the most important parts, because as long as you've got that and they're actually coming to class, enjoying it, getting the workout in, getting fit, then you can then focus on the techniques and making sure that they begin to learn those. So, and then the ideal situation is then you're combining that all into one nice little package.
Fantastic. So are they at so what's the range of the ages for the teens? Is it 12 and up, or is it like 15 and up because it's MMA?
I'd have to double check, but yeah, it is. It's not 12, I don't think. But I'd have to find out.
Yeah, and are they at that age where it's no longer necessary to be so kind of games focused with them? Like you can actually get in there and teach like some proper technique. Like you can do a combo to a takedown.
Oh, certainly. Oh, yeah, 100%. So there is. They do a syllabus that's designed by VT1 that we can take them through, and so they do have all the regular. We're doing single leg takedowns, double leg takedowns, armbar, kimura, boxing, kickboxing combinations on the bags and mitts. So you're fine to actually work through those techniques that I guess could be more difficult at other ages, but it's all the standard techniques.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Now, if I remember correctly, the first time Anthony got you to take one of the kids' classes, but the young kids' class down there, I remember going down with you, and I didn't do much myself, but I thought that was maybe the most challenging class that anyone could ever do. And it stressed me out, and I was just standing there because Sonny had this one kid who just cried the whole time.
Oh yeah, he wanted to be there. Great, having so much fun.
And he wouldn't stop.
This is why I don't teach kids, man. This is why.
You got to feel sorry for the kids if they don't want to be there and they've just been dumped there by their parents. Used to get
But then you
karate
got to deal
all
with
the
the
time.
parents.
I know, aren't they annoying? Why doesn't my kid have his green belt yet? And such's kid got his last week, and it's like,
the kid's getting distracted by the half-wit screaming on the sidelines who knows nothing about throwing a punch. That's why. So.
Oh, they pull
Shut
faces
up and
at
wait
themselves in the mirror. That's always fun.
No, see, like I agreed to. I did the coaching courses. I'm gonna be doing assistant coaching. Once we're done my little on the mat thing. But like they had wanted me to do the kids classes, and I was like, oh god. And like I'm friends with my coaches, so there was a very brief conversation about my preference for dating. specifically, you don't want kids, and you've taken the surgical precautions to not have kids. And they're like, so maybe you coach the adult class. I'm like, yeah, sounds good. So that's where we're at with that. They don't want me to quote, they don't want me to eat the children. I'm like, I won't. I will throw them out the window probably because they're going to cry. Piss me off.
It takes a special person to teach kids, and I don't have that skill set.
No. No.
How are the kids at BT? Oh my God, Sonny, how is it with the parents? What are the protocols around parents staying to watch their kids at BT1? Because I know Anthony likes to keep them outside and preferably just sitting there being quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just to try and avoid that, the armchair coach.
Yeah. I think that is always probably the preference. But I mean, if they want to watch, I think that they're more than welcome to. Now that's just, I think there's some limits. Obviously, we've got the requirements at the moment for people with space and everything like that, and there's limited space on the side of the mats, but there they do have a camera system, so they've got a reception area, and if the parents want to watch from there, then it's all on like a CCTV style thing that's put into a TV in that reception area. So that's generally what they can do with that. But more often than not, I think it's people obviously want to see the, it's definitely more common if they're wanting to check out a class that they'll come take a look.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Wow, CCTV. Oh wow. And how's your own training going? You back in the gi?
Yeah. So that's one thing. Starting to teach the gi more certainly reinvigorated my actual training in it, I guess, which was, I don't know, very slim before I'd done that. And yeah, I was getting back into it. Started to get into a little bit of lapel guard, a little bit of worm guard, but was more excited by the worm wrestling aspect of it, which kind of fit into my game well, and that kind of let me take up some interest there. But yeah.
Oh, fantastic! And you were filming an instructional for BJJ Fanatics as well. How's that going?
I've filmed it. It's done.
Oh, really?
I'm just like, I'm just worried about releasing it. That's my own personal issue that probably have to resolve. And that I'm like, could be a little bit better, but I don't know. We'll see. I might refilm. I might just end up releasing it how it is. I'll see. It's on my it's on my worry about list. It's been filmed for about a while now.
Okay. And what was that on? Was that on your Kaza stuff?
Yeah, Kazakatami Scaffold. So we went through a whole series on that, which bunch of new like techniques and stuff from there that all flow into your more high percentage attacks. So I've got a bunch of transitions from Kazakatami into your Kimuras, into your triangles, into your arm bars and things like that. So that was the main thing I really wanted to focus on, was trying to shift it away from some of the more low percentage submissions that you often see associated with the position. Although, of course, they can still work, but I think it's more important to get into the higher percentage moves off the position itself.
Yeah. Are you did you model it a little bit from what we took away from Kel's seminar? Or is this a complete Sonny Brown spell?
No, well, I mean, definitely the actual Kesa Crush submission itself, for sure, because that was my first introduction to it. I don't think the seminar specifically we went to, but Kel was the first guy who I think showed it to me, made me even get interested in that aspect. So yeah, for sure, him, and obviously Harry Kimura went and did a seminar with him as well. So yeah, they're definitely strong influences on that, I guess, on the position and definitely on that move. But then I've also gone through and added a bunch of different transitions and setups and things from there.
Oh wow, oh, that's awesome! I remember being the test dummy for that Keza crush.
Yeah, why you've certainly felt a couple of them, Andre, I'm sure.
And the Kel bet me in half at the seminar, and then you spent the next 2 months just nailing me with it in the no-gi classes. I reckon it took like 3 weeks for my ribs to heal. It was a good one. Well, that sounds fantastic. Don't teach it to Michelle. Please. Don't, Michelle. Don't.
You're gonna get broken ribs when you try to pull guard anyway. I mean, it's fine.
But it's not true. I have a good unique way of pulling guard. You won't get.
You're gonna get tossed.
I thought I recognized you, Sonny. You were on BJJ Mental Models, yeah? The Keza guy.
Yeah. So I had
that was my first episode I ever listened to. BJJ Mental Models. My coach sent it to me, and I'm like, "Ooh, interesting."
There you go. I'm glad I didn't turn you off it then.
I did judo before this, so I'm not totally sure that Keza was a thing the other white belts knew of until I joined.
Exactly,
and then they're
right?
like, how do we get out of this? How do we stop Bex Keza?
Mm-hmm.
You tap. You just tap.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, that's part of why I got interested in it, because a strong judo player puts you in it and you're like, what? Why is this seen as something to avoid completely all the time? When it can certainly be used pretty effectively.
Mm-hmm. Well, and especially in an MMA context too, when you've got that dominant position, you're able to just kind of rain down blows from there. I mean, it's pretty effective.
Yeah. I think it was Ronda Rousey versus, blanking on the name, but she did the head nitro and then just started punching from
Alexis
there.
David?
Could
Alexis
be Davis, maybe.
I think, yeah.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, oh my God, Shevchenko just recently. I mean, she had the top crucifix position, and she was just like lights out with the elbows. I mean, it's a very effective position if you use it properly.
Yeah. Oh, let's actually talk a bit about your MMA career, Sonny.
Sure.
You kind of almost you kind of got into MMA like not right at the beginning. I wouldn't say like not right at the beginning, not like Elvis or Anthony or anything like that. But you're at that probably like the nice stage where it was like just becoming popular, I think.
I've never heard it referred to as the nice stage, but sure.
You were getting paid for your fights, at least.
Oh, yeah. Not like, I don't know. If to call it nice, I'd probably have to be paid more, classes? I think. Yeah, definitely weight classes rules.
Yeah, and so run us through where and when was your first one? How long into training? Because you started in what 2007?
Mm-hmm.
Training.
I think it was 6 months, and then I had that was the amateur Shudo. I had an amateur Shudo one, and then I think maybe a couple of months after that was the pro MMA fight, which was in a ring down. And yeah, so I won both of those, and then that was kind of all right. I may as well stick around with give this one a try.
Your Shudo one, was that one where you put the guy to sleep in the triangle?
Yeah. So that was triangle choke. I mean, that was like fun, but there was 4 of us from the gym all kind of headed in together, not really knowing what was going on, and triangle choke. Guy didn't tap or tap too late. Can't remember. And lost consciousness briefly. And yeah, that was good fun, and landed a bunch of shots on me as well, so I was pretty sore, I think, afterwards. But yeah, it was still good fun. Had a good time.
Yeah, and now that one's kind of interesting because something about that resurfaced just a couple of years ago, didn't it? I think the guy's coach came out on social media and said, he let you win. I remember there was a very big back and forth between, was it you and him or someone else and him as well? Because he kind of came out as being a bit of a dickhead about it. 10 years later.
Look, I'd have to go through the old logs to know for sure. I think there was something about like rule sets or something like that. Something, the rule sets and the because we're in headgear. And so, of course, I think, if you're wearing headgear, it's harder to, I guess, remove the head from chokes, but that's the part and parcel with wearing headgear, I guess. So I think it was something along the lines of that. But yeah, I'd have to go back and double check that.
I would argue if that's a problem for the coach, maybe coach your athlete to not get his head in the choke.
That's the problem, right?
Have better triangle awareness.
Yeah.
And so you have your first couple, and then what was the first? So you held 3 belts. You had the brace, the tougher, and what was your other one?
Rise was the name of the promotion. Mm-hmm.
Rise, that's it. And so how long between the first pro and then your first title belt? And who did you fight for that?
Maybe it was like a year or 2, I think. I think it was only like 3rd or 4th fight. And so that one, actually, it was against Dan Hooker, and I wasn't initially scheduled to face him. My teammate Rob Hill was scheduled to face him, but we were fighting on the same card. Now, and both that lightweight, and for the lightweight title. And so Rob couldn't unfortunately make weight, and so after the weigh-ins, ref Steve Percival, talking what are they going to do, because I mean, at least back then, this is something I thought of recently. They didn't have the setup where they still run fights for the title if someone misses weight, but only the title is available to one person in the match.
Hey everyone, back here in editing. It's okay, we didn't hang up on Sonny. Zoom did. The meeting room timed out, so we had to go and set up another one. Hope you enjoy the next part.
Stop recording video.
And away we go.
All right, sweet. Okay, Sonny, you were telling us about your title shot before Zoom rudely interrupted us.
Yeah, no problem. So, there was the missing of weight, and at the time, I know, like recently, they've got the UFC has certainly had title fights where if someone misses weight, the belt's available to one person if they win, not the other. But at the time, that hadn't happened yet, I don't believe. And so for it to still be a title fight, they looked for another lightweight on the card. I was there, Johnny on the spot, and they matched me up. And so yeah, the night before, found out I'd be fighting for the title, and then went in there after it was a tough first round, and then ended up getting it was an anaconda choke in the second, and yeah, that was a good evening.
His belt became your belt.
Yeah, it was
Nice.
vacant, because they'd had a tournament, so they'd I think it was like a 4-man tournament to begin with. The two other fights had happened, and then so this was the final.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Okay, I didn't know that. Oh well. And how do you think you fare against Dan Hooker now?
He would probably mop me and cause a lot of damage, I imagine.
So about as well as I do against Dan Hooker now,
Yeah.
or about as good as Michelle will do when she rolls with me.
Excuse you. As good as you'll do when you roll with me.
Fired.
Sweetie, you're gonna get your ass kicked by a blue belt. Like I said, like I already know how this is gonna go down. I told you, I'm gonna throw you into a wall, or at this point, I'm probably just gonna throw you out the door, and then I'm gonna run away, and your blind ass ain't gonna be able to find me. So like, good luck.
It's true. I would not be able to find you. Fair enough.
Just follow the loud mouth.
Yeah, I'll follow the laughter. And then Sonny, you had 2 more titles after that. So that was Brace, wasn't it? That first one.
First one was Rise. Then I fought.
Oh.
Then I think it was the tougher title next, and then it was Brace after that.
Okay. So Brace was the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! And you also fought on the CFC as well, didn't you?
Yeah. And so that was CFC was after, I think, the brace fight.
Oh, was it? How many did you have with the CFC?
Just the one.
Just the one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. I got to go watch a CFC card one time. Kian was on that card.
Yeah.
Poor, yeah.
Legend.
Poor Kian. Yeah, he was good. He got triangled.
Okay.
Which was a bit sad because the jiu-jitsu tournament 2 weeks prior, he got triangled there as well.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember. I think I may have been there as well. Maybe it was Edwin Arana he fought, or?
That sounds right.
It's a while ago now.
Yeah. Oh, and you've had an extensive jiu-jitsu competition career as well. Like we did at my last tournament, you came and competed alongside with us and was in my corner while I was underneath the giant Brazilian man. It's huge. I think he must be Paulo's brother or something. They have the same last name.
Okay. Yeah. No, that was good, man. That was your last one, right? That was the SBS crew was there filming. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was good. You took the no-gi gold that day, didn't you?
Yes, no-gi gold in a 2-man division. So, but still, I'll take it. But we'll temper the. We'll put the disclaimer there.
Well, you still have to get in there and do it.
Still got it. That's right.
What else? The competition before that, I think you we did that together. I remember training with you a lot for that one. At DY. You took back that stupid advantage fucking loss to Pete Shua. God, that was so good.
Yeah. So Pete beat me maybe it was like the year before or something,
Yeah.
on an advantage, and then so he had a rematch the
Yeah.
next year,
In the
which
gi.
was
In
the
the gi.
gi.
So
I think the
so
first
at
one was in
brown
the gi
belt.
as well.
Yeah, it was. So guys, this was the first one happened at brown when Sonny was brown at brown belt, and they stood for 6 minutes in the 8-minute
right.
allowed
Wow.
time, and then Sonny goes, all right, let's make something happen. And the only jiu-jitsu in that match performed was by Sonny. Pete just stalled the whole time, and I thought, I don't know where he got that advantage, but yeah. But then Sonny came out and beat his ass the next year.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm trying to remember now too. Yeah, but I mean that's the rules of the game, man. If you can win by advantage, it still goes down as a win. So you gotta accept it.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. And you where did you place in the no-gi in 2018? Because you had, who was your first match? You had that really good match with Rob Saba, and then I think he took that out. He beat Jared, I think, in the final with that calf slicer.
Yeah. So I think that was it. I just had a match with Rob Saba and then lost that, I think, on points, and I think it may have been 2 points, and then that was the single elimination tournament. But that was fun. I mean, Rob's an awesome competitor, so good to go up against him.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. I want to focus a bit more, like, because you competed so much. I remember purple belt, I think you won everything. Like, whatever was on that year, I'm pretty sure you took a gold medal.
I wouldn't go that far. I was just trying to compete as much as I could, as I knew, as like looking around, I knew that once you get past like the purple belt, the divisions just aren't as big anymore. You just don't get as many matches. So I just decided, well, let's make the most of it now. Obviously, I think that's changed now, especially with the like much more no-gi going on and the advanced divisions where they combine all three of them. I think it's purple, brown, and black all together in a lot of these advanced no-gi divisions. So certainly many matches
like the
available now.
The Australian sub only. Yeah. I think that just goes on years time on the mat. I think it just says 5 years, I think, is the expert level.
That's
Wow.
Because I'm over 4 years now. Don't start putting me in no expert level. I'm sitting here with a blue belt.
Oh no, you get blue belts in there as well. But I think the main difference is all the submissions are allowed. So you're allowed your heel hooks and toe holds and all that.
So okay.
Now she's like, okay.
I'm good with that. All right.
Me and Sonny went down and did one in 2017, didn't we? Rob Saba put my name forward because they were looking for a match for Brian Morley, and so Rob put my name down as a joke, and they actually contacted me, and I ended up saying to them, I've gone like, I'm like 50 kilos heavier than him and a black belt, and they're like, okay, we'll find someone more his size, but and they gave me a free thing to compete in that what was it, that open division, where Kel won that time.
And I remember you won your first match there, and then I think what happened in the second? No, you hurt your ankle there.
Kel heel hooked me.
So you went up against Kel, who we talked about before, and who then went on to win the whole tournament after I think it was like 45-minute match against Harry Kimura.
Yeah, it was epic. Like put a beating on him. And you and me both limped out of there that day.
Yeah. So my LCL just ended up straining. I was worried it had torn there for a while, but yeah, I think I won first match and then got caught, I think 50-50.
That inverted heel hook, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you hadn't even put it on before it popped.
I
just think I put pressure in the wrong place, and it popped.
Yeah, I remember screaming from the sidelines on that one, just like up on one leg, leaning on the fence, try and coach you out of that heel hook.
Yeah,
that was actually a pretty fun day. Despite the injuries, it was a pretty good tournament.
Always fun.
Yeah, fuck, Kel foot swept me so fast in that match. It was. I remember the neck cranks that you had on that dude were just. I don't know how he wasn't tapping to that.
Yeah, that was because it was sub only. And it was like the first time we could do neck cranks and can openers in a long time. So I was like, guess we'll go for a can opener.
Yeah, Sonny spent like 6 minutes like just twisting this dude's neck off, and he was too stubborn to tap.
Oh my God.
You think you had him in the stocks, and you did that mother's milk mount on him.
Yeah, good.
My neck was
fun.
hurting. My neck was hurting just watching that one. And this is just another one that stands out for me. Is our first brown belt tournament, beginning of 2015. Because me and Sonny got our brown belts at the same time.
Cool.
And excuse me. And yeah, so we both entered the same tournament. Sonny comes out and breaks the dude's jaw and puts him to sleep.
Mandible choke?
No, across the bell.
What?
Wow.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. And then I think I ended up, it was either because of that or in another match, I ended up breaking my finger too that day, which is pretty nasty. Right. And a spiral fracture of the finger. And I've got 3, and then had another match after it was, another 2 matches after it was broken. But then I've got 3 screws in my finger still from getting that one fixed with surgery. So I guess a bit of instant karma.
I think you busted it, breaking that guy's jaw and put him out, and then you went in and did the open with us. And
I think so. Yeah, I think I went up against Real afterwards. I remember.
You did. Yeah, you did. He was huge. Shahar took that division. I remember. Wow, that was a long time ago. Shahar was a brown belt. And then Joel Costello mollywopped me and then beat Shahar for the open gold that time.
Mm-hmm.
That was another good day. Yeah, no. So Sonny comes out, cross chokes this dude, breaks his jaw, puts him to sleep. The guy wakes up at the ambulance bay and is like, my face hurts. And like, your jaw's out. And he goes, oh no.
He didn't wake up at the ambulance bay.
Wherever he woke up.
He was still on the mat. I mean, that just makes it sound worse. But yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Be right back, guys. Continue, it's still recording.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Fantastic. And those are just the ones that kind of like stand out in my mind, because like I've watched you compete so many times. You even had that victory over Carl.
Yes.
The most, Michelle, you think you talk some shit. These two went back and forth at each other.
I talked to you more than I'm actually nice to people I compete against generally because I know this person's going to try to fuck me up in the next few minutes. So I try to not piss them off beforehand much.
So this was, you've had to compete against training partners before, haven't you, Michelle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
this
have.
was this was one of those instances. Sonny and Carl are actually very good friends, but they realized that they were probably going to be paired up together at purple belt, and they just talked the most amount of crap, and then drove home together.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, to put it in, it wasn't so much so that we were bantering back and forth solely because of that fight. It's the banter was consistent for years before that and has remained consistent since. So, I mean, just last week. So, and I mean, I'll still bring up that match with him just to, you know, just to, and he will still accuse me of stalling, running, and, you know, oh, what's it, you know, points doesn't matter. So, all the usual back and forth you'd expect.
See, Andre just thinks that I talk a lot of shit to everybody, but I really don't. I just talk shit to Andre because he's a guard puller, and I am convinced I am going to either launch him through a wall or I'm just going to let you pull guard. I'm going to heel hook you. I don't care how it goes, but like,
yeah,
you know.
You're not heel hook. That's out of question.
Yeah, but it's been established on this podcast that you can, in fact, be heel hooked, sir. So trust me. If you give me a limb, I'm going to attack it. And I don't care if that's your neck, your arm, or is the neck a limb. I don't care. If you give me a body part that I can attack, I will attack it. So if you're going to be throwing your legs up for a damn guard pull, like, that heel's coming home with me. Across the
you got
open.
a heel hooked by an ADCC competitor.
But I'm assuming they weren't a bitch.
Not by a little girl.
I'm not a little girl, sweetie. I'm like 70-some kilos. I'm not that little. And you're like 5'2", so I'm pretty sure I'm actually bigger than you. Like,
oh god. Oh. I'm not the tallest person.
yeah.
Yeah. But Carl's a giant man. He's probably, what was he at when you probably 129 when you guys had that match?
Kilos.
Yeah, kilos.
I'll add another,
Jesus. I don't even know how big that is.
I'll add another 5 kilos to that every year. I look back on it. The more time passes, the larger I will remember him being.
Like this is their back and forth. Carl, he got his black belt with Sonny, and as me and Sonny were coming back from a seminar, Carl had broken his foot at work, and he's a prison guard. So I'm holding the phone while Sonny's driving. Sonny's giving him so much shit, like, what did you tell the prison that you're a black belt in jiu-jitsu and then you break your ankle? They must think it's a Japanese jiu-jitsu black belt.
That's fair. That would be a fair assessment. I have rolled with a Japanese jiu-jitsu black belt. I don't know what. This guy was trying to stick his thumb in my ribs and dumb shit like that. And like, I'm a white belt going like, okay, thanks, armbar. Like, that was just like, don't call yourself a black belt. And that, no. What is the thumb in the, ugh. That was my only experience with Japanese jiu-jitsu. I was not impressed.
Oh. You ever have you ever rolled with a Japanese jiu-jitsu guy, Sonny? Sure, there's been one, right?
There'd have to be, right? But nothing that comes to mind. Don't have any stories.
I don't think it'd
really
stand out. Yeah.
Speaking of stories, Beck was interested, and I'm also interested just for the torment factor of any Andre stories that are specifically anything embarrassing. Like, was there like a mass pant split during a competition?
Good question. Let me.
Did he ever cry? How many times did he cry on the mat? thing.
that guy from Baja always pulls my pants down when I compete against him.
You can just
Well,
tell
maybe
that
he just likes
story,
you.
Andre. I didn't know about that.
Maybe he just likes you, Andre.
He's a I think he's on the spectrum. He's a weird dude. Stories. I don't know.
Everybody needs love.
We used to go out to the pub after tournaments sometimes.
I don't know about any pub stories. I was thinking more jiu-jitsu.
It's a
Let me think. Oh, any good Andre stories? Nothing comes to mind. I mean, look, he's a pretty, he's a pretty solid guy. You can, atomic clock Andre, I sometimes call him. You can set your watch to him. That's what I say.
I think the heel hook story is probably just limping out of that tournament might be the best one.
Well, damn.
I'll keep trying to think of something. Something might bubble up.
I'm pretty behaved, I think.
Really?
But at training, you've got to try and keep it professional. It's my personal life that I just go mental.
I know that. I'm just surprised you behaved yourself at training.
Have to. You want to keep training.
Thought you'd be heel hooking white belts and sitting on kids and.
He's definitely, he's definitely taught, heel hooks to the white belt. So I remember that for his beginners class. Come in, learn a heel hook.
Oh yeah,
that's something you do.
And then I wouldn't let him use it. Now Will's the one who always screams at the refs and jumps the fence.
What?
Wow.
It happens.
Told at the ref, so
Just
you
pulling a Habib just flying.
I can't remember him jumping the fence.
Oh, he was climbing over at one tournament, and Anthony pulled him down.
Okay. Well, look, if he wanted to, he would certainly be capable.
Yeah.
I don't want to say he's incapable of jumping a fence. But I don't know. I can't remember that one. Maybe you can.
I know. I think that's about as far as it went. Anthony put a stop to that one pretty quick. How's the podcast going? Your last few episodes have been really, really good. I think my favorite is the one that you did with who's the no-gi guy?
No-gi guy?
Yeah. From Phoenix.
Phoenix?
I think he was Hinger's first jiu-jitsu coach.
Oh, the King of Kimuras. The King of Kimuras, the OG of no-gi, Chris Brennan.
That's it, Chris Brennan. Yeah, I think that must be my favorite.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to have him back on and get some more fight stories and stuff from him, because there's the story he told about being in Pride and them, the dodgy offering to kind of fix the fight and stuff like that, man. That was cool. And I'm sure he's got lots of them.
Yeah, right. I think that'd be amazing. But yeah, so what drove you to go the direction of the podcast, besides all of us at training going, hey Sonny, when are you going to do a podcast? Hey Sonny, when are you going to do a podcast?
Look, I think I'd done 2 episodes before we went into lockdown, 2 or 3 or something. I think I'd had it, but then after we went into the first lockdown of last year, then that was when it was like, okay, well, let's put a lot of effort into it and spend some time. And yeah, now I guess it's up and running, so I can keep, chugging away at it. Try and do the interviews when I can. I'd probably like to do it a bit more frequently, and but it is, takes time, obviously. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's just been pretty awesome to be able to do, and just have the opportunity to talk to those people has just been a real gift, something I'm appreciative of. And yeah, it's like, if any of my hobbies or something I have to drop for any reason, not including martial arts or anything like that, but like editing videos or things like that, the podcasting would probably be the last thing I would do, just because I think it's such a I'm just happy to do it. Basically, it brings me a lot of joy to be able to have those conversations.
Yeah. And have you got anyone lined up, like upcoming? Can you tell us?
Yeah, sure. So there's ones I've got recorded that I've got to release, and I mean, I've been meaning to edit these ones for a while, but I got one with Aaron Hurley of Submit the Stigma. Talking
Nice.
about that. I got
Awesome.
and one with Stefan Kesting. Mainly just
Okay.
focusing on the like his YouTube jiu-jitsu channel, and kind of what it was like to be one of the first major people putting things out there on YouTube. And then one with Johnny Buck on his catch wrestling and his catch wrestling program. And then I recorded another one last week with Preet Mickelson.
Yeah, he's come back on.
We were just catching up on covered a range of topics, because he was one of the first people I interviewed, and we're like, we'll do one every year. And and also I did one actually with Daniele Bolelli on Bruce Lee, because he did a podcast series on Bruce Lee. So
wow.
Yeah, so I gotta edit those together. So hopefully, I mean, I don't do much editing, but just like remove the noise and stuff like that. But I should get those out.
He's Canada, isn't he?
Yes.
You've been on his podcast.
He's Vancouver. He's just a few hours away from me. I actually did a seminar with him when I was a white belt, and we're friends on Facebook. He's a very active, very intelligent guy. He's a really good guy. I think that'll be a great episode on your podcast.
Awesome.
Michelle's under Barrett Yoshida.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just won a fight to win title.
Yes, he did. My friend, my coach, my teammate Tyler Van Kill has been posting it on his social media. I'd seen that, and oh my god, like, dude, still very, again, another one who's very much an active competitor and coach. Like, it's amazing to see some of the talent that's out there, and that it's not, everyone looks and tries to say, oh, like, young meathead, rah. It's not like, these are older guys that are still very active, very athletic, very, like, I mean, Stefan's always posting hikes and stuff like that. He's up climbing mountains, doing all this crazy stuff that, God, I'm too lazy to do that, and it's amazing that there's a very active, very intelligent group of individuals that are still practicing martial arts, still competing, still training, still coaching, doing all these awesome things, and they're in their 40s and 50s, and it's a lifestyle, right? And they're committed to it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Have you had your first female guest yet, Sonny?
Aaron Hurley, yeah. But that will actually be the next one out. I mean, I meant to edit, and I wanted to get that one out this week. But yeah, so hopefully, I wanted to get it out last week, So it should be this week. But I've fallen down a rabbit hole of restoring or like remastering, whatever you want, and colorizing old footage for whatever reason during lockdown. So
Oh,
some
wow.
people have learned to bake bread, and I don't know, just staring at old black and white footage in my free time. So I should be editing podcasts instead, but it's, whatever gets you through, I guess.
Yeah. Keep us busy. You had something for me to send to Go Kochevich, didn't you?
Yeah. So because I did Judo Gene LaBelle's fight with Milo Savage, which was the first televised MMA bout.
Was he the boxer, Milo
in
Savage?
America. Milo Savage was a boxer, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'd done that, and I knew you were friends with Gokor. I was like, I wonder if you shoot that through.
Yeah, I'll send it to him. I'll send it to his son Arthur as well.
There you go.
Yeah, Arthur's like 11-time national judo champion.
Yeah, okay.
As well.
Imagine
he's
pretty legit.
He's a bit more. Yeah, he's a bit more active on social media than his dad. But I'll send it to both. So Michelle makes a lot of fun of us. So now me and Beck was already doing judo.
Fun of us. I make fun of you.
Yeah, of me, and has bullied us into starting judo so we can all catch
Yeah,
up.
Michelle's a bad influence. Don't kill me, Michelle, please.
You're welcome. Well, you know what? When you guys get the 20 grand for your gold medals, you can give it to me if you feel so fucking upset.
That'll be like
$5 grand
that'll
each.
be like
I love it.
That'll be like 5,000 Canadian dollars. What do you guys call
I
them?
don't
Loonies?
care.
Canado? I don't know. Whatever.
I
Yeah,
don't
so
care.
she's
I'll take $5 grand.
She's bullied us into.
I think the exchange rate's pretty on par at the moment, Australia and Canada.
Andre's misleading you. I have not bullied him. I've given him shit for pulling guard, and now he's being a crybaby. And he's like, "I'm gonna learn judo," and I'm like, "I'm still gonna be better at it than you, bitch." Like what?
Well, yeah, just starting.
Yeah.
So
you know what? I'm actually gonna hit you with the double leg probably because you're not even gonna see it coming. Literally.
Deal with Sonny's taken me down that many times that won't happen.
Yeah, but you're expecting a judo throw from me.
Good point.
Yeah. Did you want to come down and do some judo, Sonny?
Yeah, sure. I agree to that quickly, and then I realized getting thrown kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Kinda.
So I've been looking along the beaches here. There are 3 schools. 2 of them are run by Goran, and I don't want to train with him because he scares me.
You don't want to train with someone who scares you. Hold on. You would rather train somewhere with someone who doesn't scare you a little bit.
I don't want to be broken, I suppose. And then the other one is probably just an affiliate school of Goran's, but I don't think he trains there. Yeah, so I'm going to go to that one first.
Okay.
You're a pussy.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Oh, all right.
Look,
so,
if I'm not scared of them, I don't want to. If I'm not feeling like someone in this room could kick the shit out of me, I don't want to train with you. I don't.
Yeah, fair. It's
I want
all going to be
I want someone who could fuck me up. Like that's what I'm going. I'm going there to learn how to fight. So if you can't fuck me up, what are you going to teach me?
The kids are great. Okay, cool. Zoom keeps kicking us out. Oh well. Whereabouts were we? It doesn't matter. Sonny has to go, so we have to wrap it up. Sonny, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thanks for having me, guys.
Anything you want to plug? The BJJ Fanatics.
Just
instructional.
The website is sunnybrown.net and the Instagram Sunny Brown Breakdown, and it's got the links to everything on that. And yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you, Sonny.
Cool.
Really appreciate it.
And no problem at all, Andre. Hopefully we'll be back on the mats soon enough.
Yeah, hopefully.
And I guess you'll be doing judo, so we'll see how you'll be throwing me around the place. And yeah, thanks very much, Beck and Michelle. Nice meeting you guys.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Sonny, if
Nice to
he
meet
pulls guard, heel hook him for me, all right?
Oh, no problem. All right, guys, take care.
Cheers, dude.
You
Thanks.
too, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. See you next time, smiley emoji.